Yo, what's going on, Aries? Welcome to your mid-month reading for July 2025. I hope you're doing well. We're just going to go ahead here and get started and jump straight in. As I'm pulling the cards, I do want to announce I am running a sale on my personal readings. If you're interested in that, that link will be down below in the description. Let's go ahead and jump in here, Aries, and let's take a look and see what the energy is here for you. I definitely do pick up some restlessness, possibly doubt and worry here when it comes to your situation at this time. I feel like you're trying to decide, what's going to be the best decision here for you. So, because I feel here you have different options and different choices here. And hold up, because I got you here, Aries. I see what's going on. You may be right now in an energy of wondering if you have options and choices, and I'm here to tell you that you do have options and choices here. Because sometimes, I'll keep it real with you, sometimes with the Nine of Swords being in the challenge, it's like this is a card that deals with worry, doubt, stress, restlessness, things that keep you up late at night, especially when it comes to making decisions and figuring things out when it comes to the future. And so sometimes it's like all that mental energy can close you off, or can make you focus only so much on the negative that it's like you start to just have so much doubt about your future, when in fact, now's the time for you to, I understand, it's yes, you can be stressed out and worried and stuff like that, but just don't close yourself off to all the different possibilities and options here with the Seven of Cups. Because the Seven of Cups deals with, the cups are water, right? So what is water? Water deals with the imagination, and it deals with being idealistic, right? It deals with dreams, it deals with visions. And so it's like the Seven of Cups is the imagination. It's the power of the imagination, right? And so sometimes the opposite of the imagination, or the opposite of water, is air. Air deals with fire. Air deals with fire. Air deals with logic and the rational side of the mind, right? And that's the swords, right? Swords is the element of air. So my point here, Aries, is that right now I feel like you're trying to figure out and assess what's the best approach for you here, and it's causing some doubt, some worry here about the future. You're trying to understand things. Your advice is saying here, not to, don't only focus so much on the negative that it's going to close you off to all the other possibilities. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense here. By the way, Aries, Ten of Cups is in the outcome position, so I think things are going to go a lot better than you expect here. You have to remember too. Let's just pull the rest of your cards, because I'm already talking a lot. Because you're reading, I see exactly what's going on here. Let's see here. You pull this 10th house card. It says authority here. Yeah, 10th house does deal with work and career, right? It also does deal with authority as well. So there may be some things that you're trying to clear up and understand when it comes to your work. Maybe you're overwhelmed at work. Maybe there's certain things that you're having to deal with at this time. Saturn is in your sign, Aries. Saturn just went retrograde, but Saturn is a planet that does deal with discipline and structure. And Saturn rules the 10th house, right? And Saturn's in your sign. And your 10th house is Capricorn, and the ruler of Capricorn is Saturn, right? So your 10th and 11th house are very active at this time, even with Saturn being in Aries, because the 11th house is Aquarius, and Aquarius rules Saturn. Or Saturn rules Aquarius. Yes, I know Uranus rules Aquarius, but so does Saturn. So what do I mean by all this? Is that right now it's at this time in your life, you're feeling this heaviness when it comes to structure, discipline, and responsibilities. Aries, you're the sign that likes to just do whatever the fuck you want to do, right? Let's just keep it real. Aries are the toddlers of the zodiac. I'm just kidding, Aries. Y'all aren't the toddlers of the zodiac. But y'all just like to do whatever y'all want, right? Because Aries deals with independence, right? And it deals with autonomy. It deals with freedom. It deals with adventures. You want to define and trailblaze your own path and go your own direction. That's Aries energy, right? But Saturn deals with limitation and restriction and says, here's your responsibility. Here's this. Here's that. And so you can just feel damn, am I ever going to get some fucking time to do what the hell I want to do? I know I'm keeping it real. I know y'all resonating. And with Saturn now being in retrograde in your sign, you're damn, what am I supposed to do? There's things I got to change here, because the way I've been going about things, I got to change my approach, my strategy, and I have to deal with all these other things too. And so right now with Saturn being retrograde, this is the time for you to let go of certain commitments and responsibilities that aren't really yours to carry. But also too, at the same time, it's the ones that you do have to carry, those commitments, those responsibilities. It's like you could just be feeling like the weight of them. But you have to remember here that the power's in your hands. And so like Saturn gets a bad rap, but I understand. Let me pull the rest of your cards before we jump in. You pulled this happiness card. You will be happy again here, Aries. I promise. You have the 10 of Cups here in the outcome position. So it's like something's going to go better than you expect, I feel, just by looking at your reading. We haven't even jumped into your reading. But something will go better than you expect here. And I feel like you're being encouraged here, like not to let your imagination get the best of you. You do have the Moon card here in the future position. It's like whenever we're facing the unknown and uncertainty, the Moon card does deal with the subconscious, unconscious, right? But it also deals with the imagination as well and illusions. And so it's like we can just think about the worst case scenarios. And so like in a way, it's like having to gain control over our mind and our imagination here. Right, because your imagination can be used for good or bad, right? It could be used to visualize the positive things happening, or it could be used to focus on the negative. No matter what, you're always going to be focusing, so you might as well focus on the positive. It's like you can't control whether or not you're going to focus on something. It's like you're either going to focus on negative or you're going to focus on positive. So let's see here. You pulled this step out of your comfort zone. You pulled this North Node card. Yeah, and I will say this, Aries, that the North Node is in Pisces, and that's the sign before you. And so right now in the astrology with the North Node being in Pisces, Pisces deals with, I'm not going to say surrender, but it's yielding. And the Moon card is the archetype of Pisces, right? And it's in the future position. So when it comes to your future, you're being encouraged here to step outside your comfort zone, to embrace the unfamiliar, and to embrace uncertainty, right? Specifically, like when it comes to like your goals and things that you want to do, like North Node being in Pisces encourages us all to like yield to our assignment. Because the South Node right now is in Virgo. So everybody right now with the South Node being in Virgo feels like everybody's got a checklist and everybody's stressed out right now, literally. And we're about to have a Mercury retrograde, and the ruler of that South Node being in Virgo is Mercury, right? So it's like everybody's stressed out right now. Everybody's rethinking some shit. Everybody's fucking having to figure out a different approach, right? So, but that North Node being in Pisces, it's about allowing yourself to be more idealistic, to go with the flow, to embrace the more intuitive side of life. And for you, it is in your 12th house if you're an Aries rising. But anyways, it doesn't matter that the Pisces is behind you. So it's like you have to like relinquish control. Because Saturn in your sign, Saturn likes to control. And so you have to like relinquish control over the things that you can't control. That's why the Four of Pentacles is here for your overall energy. Four of Pentacles is a card of control, right? It's Capricorn, actually, it's Sun in Capricorn. So Capricorn deals with control, discipline, structure, right? To accomplish your goals and build things, right? So it also points to like the 10th house, work and career, and being in higher levels of position when it comes to like status and all that stuff, right? So that's why Capricorn is associated with corporate and climbing the ladder, right? So, but that Four of Pentacles is also a reminder. It asks the question, like, where does your power lie? And your power always lies within your own hands here with the Four of Pentacles. So it's like, understand that you have power over your situation. You're not powerless over your situation. But sometimes the Nine of Swords makes us feel like we're fucking powerless, right? Because it's like we're restless, we're focusing on the negative, we're having anxiety, right? And we just feel doubt about the future, doubt about things. And I can see here a Queen of Swords in your current energy. You're just trying to clear things up, right? Queen of Swords deals with, you don't want to be in confusion no more, right? It's like you want certainty. Right? You want certainty. You're trying to, there's things here that you're trying to, like, because you want certainty is like, you're realizing you may have to change your approach. You have to change your strategy here or reassess things here. But the Seven of Cups, as your advice is saying here, be open to the options and the possibilities here. The Seven of Cups has a lot to do with like what you focus on. Also, the Seven of Cups is a card of desire too. Like, you know, what do you want to do? And maybe you're holding yourself back because you're afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. I'm just saying. Yeah, the moon card here in that future position. Like I said, you may have to embrace uncertainty here, Aries. I'm gonna keep it real with you, right? But the moon card says that's all right. Like, the only way through is through. But it's like our imagination and our own mind can make it feel worse than what it actually is. Now, I will say with the moon card, be aware of deception and illusions, but I don't really pick up a lot of deceptive energy around you. So I think that's just like a side note here. But the moon card says to embrace the unknown. And the moon card is about the ebbs and flows of life. And so you can never be 100% certain with anything. You have to trust your gut and your intuition. And I'm going to recommend human design to y'all, okay? Like, because this is a lot of y'all that watch me, Aries, are manifesting generators or generators. You could be an emotional generator, a manifesting generator, but I can see how this is playing out. So if you don't know what your human design is, I would look it up and see what your profile is, see what your type is. Because this moon card, Queen of Swords, this is an energy of certainty that they talk about when it comes to human design. That you may have an open ajna center, and so an open ajna is constantly the not self theme, to where we get stuck is like we're trying to be certain with everything, but that's not we're using our mind to try to make all the decisions, right? It's like, I'm not saying to not use your mind, right? Like, let's not be dumb here, right? But there's also something called the sacral response, right? And the moon is the moon archetype as well, and the moon is governed by the sacral, right? Or the sacral and the moon are connected. So there's something called the sacral response, where you have to, your strategy and where your authority comes from is like listening to that sacral response, like that whether if it feels good or doesn't feel good, right? So it's like having to trust your intuition, having to trust your gut. But anyways, with the moon card, it's just your intuition and your gut instinct. And right now you may not have all the answers and there may not be certainty here, but the only way through is through. But just trust your ability here to be able to respond correctly through your journey. It's like I think you'll be all right here, Aries. You have the 10 of Cups in the outcome position, which it's like it turns out better than you expect here. I think you'll be happy. You have the Justice card here in your position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of. The Justice card is the cosmic scale of balance. So what it represents is, for every action there's a reaction. Oh shit. Fuck, I think Aries are fucking impatient. Y'all throwing stuff. The Justice card deals with, for every action there's a reaction, and that forces beyond you. The divine is always in control. Like, our ego is not in control. That's that South Node, Virgo. And the one thing with this Mercury retrograde is like the big lesson for everybody. Like, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret, right? Because you're probably not gonna hear this a lot. But you have to remember that the dispositor of that South Node being in Virgo is Mercury. And Leo does deal with your own individuality, but could also deal with your ego. And Virgo is wanting to micromanage things. And so this is where we can where our ego is trying to cling on to control, and where our own ego can get in the way. I'm not saying that's you, Aries, but I'm saying you can be aware of this in other people, to where the only thing that you have control over is your own self and your own behavior. And by sticking to your strategy and your plan and not comparing yourself and just doing what it is that you need to do, focusing on yourself, improving yourself, that's what's going to help you level up with this Mercury retrograde. But why did I say that? Because the Justice card points to forces outside of our control, things that we don't even understand. Like, everything seems to be balanced in the universe. Everything seems to, like, for instance, karma, right? What goes around comes around. Right, that the universe has a way of keeping the equilibrium with things. And so sometimes we may feel like things in our life, like, oh, why is this working against me? Like, why is this happening to me? But you never know, like, what it actually is, like what it could be doing for you. And so, I mean, I would keep that in mind. But also, too, it's like the Moon card, like that control energy, right? With that Four of Pentacles being here, it's like we may have, it's the illusion of control, but we don't have control. We have control over things that we can control, but we can't control everything, right? Like, we're not God. Clarify the Four of Pentacles for the overall energy. You pull the Ace of Wands here. I also see though this week though a lot of new inspiration and motivation here though, because what is the Ace of Wands? It's the spark of creation. It's like where you feel motivated to initiate creation. So with the Four of Pentacles, this is in regards to that 10th house career, in regards to what you're trying to accomplish and build. And so there's a fire here that's being sparked, and I think here that well, let's see, what are you trying to do here, Aries? Clarify the Queen of Swords. You pull the Empress. Well, you're ready for creation, right? The Empress is wanting more prosperity and abundance. Clarify the Nine of Swords in your challenge. Yeah, the Star card. Yeah, I mean, the Star card is miracles, right? Wish fulfillment. Clarify the Seven of Cups. The Six of Cups here. The Star card deals with like your North Star, like your ultimate aim of what you're trying to accomplish, right? So it can be like your why, like the reason why you're doing something. And so right now you may be experiencing a lot of doubt or anxiety about whether or not you'll be able to accomplish like what your objective is. You may not feel like there's luck on your side, or that good things won't happen for you. But I think that's the illusion. Clarify the moon in the future. You pulled the Chariot here. Oh man. Have you ever heard of Plato's allegory of the cave? This is these two cards together. The Chariot and the Moon card. What do I mean by that? With the step out of your comfort zone card that you pulled, this North Node card, like Aries, I don't even think you realize, like some of y'all do, that the goals that you have for Pentacles, the things that you're trying to accomplish in your life, and maybe you've already accomplished a lot, but maybe there's more you want to accomplish. You want to push things even further and go further than what you've gone already, right? Others of you, it's the same thing. You want to go further than what you've already gone. And so that's the Chariot. It's like extending the envelope, right? Like it's going beyond your limitations, right? And stepping into the unfamiliar, uncertainty while you're chasing new goals, new dreams, new visions, right? And the Moon card is the fear and the uncertainty of the future. And so a lot of the times that fear and uncertainty stops us. That's why what I was trying to say to you earlier is like, it's like that's when we try to micromanage everything and control everything. Or we feel like because we don't have control over everything, like we're not going to do it. But like that's the yielding parts, like having to yield to what the assignment is that you're trying to accomplish and having to trust in it. And so you have to move to that uncertainty, especially outside of your comfort zone. Because that 10 of Cups, I think things will be a lot better than you think they will be. And there could be things coming up to where you're like, I don't know how this is all going to play out, but I don't know, like, I'm just going to go with it, right? like this is where the divine's taking me. And I think here that I think it's going to turn out a lot better than you think here. A lot of y'all are probably in this energy of moving too. I kind of pick up here, Aries. What's in your 9th house? No, never mind. But like there's this moving energy I get here. So some of you could be moving, relocating. And I'm also getting like family, something connected to the mother. So it's like you could be around your mother, around your family here. Something like that. Or family and your family is like in the mix here this week. But I do see, even if you're not moving here, you're ready to move forward regardless. And so it's like, okay, there's new things unfolding, but you don't know what it's all going to look like. But I think it turns out a lot better than you think with the 10 of Cups. So let's clarify the 10 of Cups. You pull 2 cards. 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. It's like what you're trying to accomplish and achieve, right? So it's like something's turning out ideally better than you are hoping, or turning out ideally better than you thought. Your advice here is to, like this, the 6 of Cups, 7 of Cups is a card of transformation, but it requires like yielding, like letting go and entering into the experience. Because you have to move outside the familiar, right? And so every time we step into a new experience, it is transformational. So like moving in the direction of your desires, even if you don't have all the answers. clarify the Justice card. You have the Ace of Pentacles. So I think something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of here is, give me one more on this. Five of Cups here. Whatever it is that you're letting go of, and whatever has felt like a loss, will be returned to you with the Ace of Pentacles being here. So whatever it is that you're letting go of, you're going to find something new. You're going to find something better. So that's what I got for you, Aries, in your reading here for the rest of the month, your mid-month reading. Good read. So I'm going to leave it here. But yeah, your happiness lies outside of your comfort zone here, and I think you know that here as well. So that's what I got for you. I'm wishing you the best, Aries. I'm going to leave your reading here. Again, if you want to book a personal reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. And otherwise than that, my friend, I will see you